These are 8 genius tips to improve your webcam quality. And as you can see right behind me, I've got 2 webcams, my 2 recommended webcams on the screen right here. And these 2 webcams are the AverMedia PW513 and the Logitech Brio. In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about which webcams you should get, how to improve your frame rate, which types of ports you should be plugging your camera into, and I'm going to give you alternate webcam options that you didn't even think of, such as, for example, using your phone as a webcam. I'm going to go over precisely how to do that. For example, here's my phone being used as a camera in real time. I'm going to tell you how to do that and have it be super, super clean and effective, even 4K quality if you want it to be. And we're going to go over how to turn your DSLR or mirrorless camera, like that bad boy right there, into a webcam that you can use in each and every broadcast. Each of those items and more. And we're going to go over some tips and tricks for programs like Zoom, as well as OBS. This is going to be a very, very tactical episode. This is going to be very specific tips and tricks, things that will very directly help you make the right gear decisions, make the best software decisions, and make the best decision for your video quality, because it matters so much in 2021 and beyond. I hope you guys are ready for this. Let's freaking do it.
This video is sponsored by Restream. Why live stream to one platform when you can simultaneously live stream to every platform to discover new audiences faster using Restream.io?
All right, first things first, what I want to talk about are my top 2 recommended webcams as just a place to start. And the reason why I recommend these 2 webcams is the software side of them. So what you do not want is to plug in a webcam into your computer and have no control over what's going on with your webcam. And so that's why I very highly recommend using Logitech webcams, especially the modern ones, and AverMedia webcams, because they come with the software that you see behind you, so you can manipulate your webcam in real time. So if you guys are interested in seeing what my specific webcam recommendations are, I'm going to go ahead and pull up for you guys that are watching live, my webcam recommendations list. I'm going to drop it in chat for you. It's also below. Here you go. I have an idea list for you that you can check out on Amazon. The Brio, the AverMedia PW513, and the mount that you can use to get these cameras into the perfect position. But it's not just, I'm just not just recommending gear here. Let's talk about the software side and why it's so good. So right here, I have Logitech G Hub's software open. And the reason why I recommend using this is you don't want whatever garbage quality the webcam gives you when you plug it into your USB port. That's generally going to be terrible quality. That's generally not going to be what you want. You're going to want control over things like exposure, over things like zoom, the contrast, the saturation, even the different lensing options. You're going to want all of that control when you're using your webcam. So with a camera like the Logitech Brio, it comes with this G Hub software for free. You can select the Brio. There it is right here on the side of my monitor. Let me just show it to you real quick so you can kind of see what it looks like and where the positioning of it is. As you can see, it's just perched on top of my monitor right there. It's a 4K webcam with a glass lens. It's just pointed to me from the side, and I've got that plugged in through a USB 3.0 jack. So the reason why I recommend this particular camera, and just considering having software to go along with your webcam, is you can do all of these settings. Check it out. We're going to do them in real time together right now. So in Logitech G Hub, you can set a new camera mode here. By default, it locks everything out, but if you create a new camera mode with your Logitech webcam, cheers, you can turn off autofocus. So why would you want to do that? You see the image right here? It's kind of small, but you guys can come along with me. I'm sure you guys can relate to putting your hand in front of your camera. It goes out of focus, right? That's extremely annoying and decreases the quality of your broadcast. So don't you want your focus to stay locked? So you can turn off your autofocus in Logitech G Hub right here. It makes it so that your camera doesn't constantly go in and out of focus, which is great. And then crank the focus down all the way over there to the left. So now when I put my hand in front of this camera right over here, it doesn't autofocus it and it stays locked. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You need good software in order to do that. Otherwise, one of these cheap webcams that you're just going to buy off of Amazon or whatever, they don't have these settings, and you just plug them into your computer and they're garbage, man. Like, what you see is what you get, and you don't get control over any of these settings. You need to have the software side. You've got to have the software side if you want to have full control. All right. But wait, there's more. So also in the software, you can do auto exposure. So you see how in the image here, I just got super exposed for no reason. You can turn the exposure up manually on the camera and you can turn it down manually. So you can have a consistent exposure that you get every single time you use the camera. I'm sure you guys can relate to using the webcams, and they just look drastically different when you turn them on and off, depending on when you're using them. By turning auto exposure off in Logitech G Hub with all the Logitech webcams, you can control the exposure and have it be exactly the same every single time you use your camera. That's why I recommend Logitech and AverMedia cameras, because they are smart companies and they've decided to actually invest in the software side. The software is as important, if not more important, than the hardware is. Also with the Logitech Brio, check this out. You can do the field of view options right over here, including it's 90 degrees right now, which is relatively wide. So this camera is pretty close to me right now. As you guys can see, the Logitech Brio, it's about, I'd say, a couple feet away from me, right here in front of me. And it's about, I'd say, arm's length away. I can extend my arm out and get arm's length away from this camera. So at 90-degree angle, it gives me a pretty wide shot in that case. But if you want to punch in the shot, what's really cool about this camera is the glass lens that's on the front of the camera. And the glass lens allows you to actually punch in without digital zoom. Let me show you what I mean by that. This is why it's one of my recommended cameras and why I freaking love it. So it's got this field of view option over here. You go boom. See how it punched that in right there on the image? Or you can go boom, 65-degree angle and punch it in even more. And it doesn't digitally zoom. It just goes in on your field of view options. Really cool. Also, this camera has HDR, which is really sick. If you want to have all this extra color and the extra pump and the extra pop in your signal. I love it. So also with Logitech G Hub software, you can add a filter here in the video tab. And if you want to have your image look better all the time with a particular setting, you can do that. So let's say in general, you want your camera to be brighter. You can crank up the brightness a little bit here and it's permanent across every program. Your contrast can go up. It's permanent across every program. You can turn up your sharpness. It's permanent across every program. And it even allows you to change your white balance. Dude, seriously, if you just plug your camera in to your freaking USB jack and you don't have a program like this, you don't have settings like this, your USB camera is going to look like hot doo-doo, man. And so that's a big reason why I think that the software matters a lot, okay? I'm going to just very quickly go over the AverMedia software in contrast to that. So I'm going to close G Hub. The AverMedia camera, which is my favorite webcam right now, it's the AverMedia PW513. It's the camera that I'm showing you right here. Let me show it to you. This little guy right here. It's the, what? My camera's upside down. Look at that. Okay. It's the camera I'm showing you right here. It's the highest quality webcam on the market that I have tested. It is a 4K webcam. It's absolutely gangster. I use it on all my coaching calls with all of my clients. It's absolutely insane, but it is quite expensive. So you have to keep that in mind. But this webcam has a 94-degree angle field of view. So if it is like, let's say at arm's length away from you while you are using it on top of your monitor or what have you, it's going to give a shot of your entire studio, which is crazy. So let me just show you what I mean by that. So this is the preview that comes along with the camera right here. And as you can see, you can expand the preview and check it out and set up your settings with the camera before you use it in any program. Pretty cool, right? Don't you wish every other webcam had that? I do. AverMedia does not pay me to say this, by the way. I'm not sponsored by AverMedia. And so one thing that you can do in the software is if you think it's too bright, you can turn the brightness down a little bit. You can turn the saturation down a little bit and get more of a natural tone. And it starts looking really good back there, which is really, really nice. You can also add filters that apply to everything across all programs, including your Zoom calls, etc. And you can set up multiple virtual cameras in the software built in. The whole point of showing you all of this is to tell you this camera is great because of the software side. The thing I'm going to beat into your brains today is that the software side matters. So I am going to link to you guys one more time in live chat. This is the idea list of all of these cameras and all of this equipment that I'm talking about today. I want you guys to go check those out and to consider these options because the software is superior. But wait, there's more. So I told you guys that, not only that's one genius tip. I've got 7 more webcam genius tips, okay? All right, here we go. The next genius webcam tip is, you have an IV cam, it's a good one? Okay, got it. It's a paid program, got it. Is that you don't have to film with your 4K webcam in 4K. You can do 1080p and you can actually get a pretty decent level of quality. So what do I mean by that? So check this out. So I've got OBS open right here. And most people, a lot of people, whenever they have a 4K camera, they think that they need to run it in 4K on their computer to get the full quality out of it. I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do that. In fact, I think a lot of viewers would favor getting a high frame rate and getting a high smoothness with the image than having maybe just a little bit more resolution. Do you see how smooth my video is right now? This is 1080p 60 frames per second. Very smooth movement when I move my hands, right? It's very natural looking in my opinion. So how do you do 1080p with a 4K webcam? Well, this is how you do it. This is going to work in Xplit. I told you guys this is going to be very tactical. This video is going to be very tactical. I'm going to teach you very specific tips that will work, okay? With your 4K camera, what you're going to do in OBS or Streamlabs OBS or Vimix or whatever program you use, you're going to go into your settings and you're going to set your canvas at 1080p. Then you're going to add your camera. So we're going to go plus button here and we're going to go to video capture device. So the first one we're going to add is going to be the Logitech Brio, okay? Follow me on this one, guys. All right. So the Logitech Brio, we'll go ahead and select it. There it is. It comes in at a janky resolution right over there. And when you pull up in the resolution menu, you are going to be tempted to choose the highest resolution that's available. Maybe it's 4K and what have you. I very highly recommend that you guys choose 1080p for your resolution with 4K webcams because it just straight up looks better. Okay? It'll straight up look better. The same thing can be the case. We'll go ahead and turn this one off. The same thing can be the case with the AverMedia cameras when you plug that in, the AverMedia PW513. I actually think that these cameras look better. If you record in 1080p, you get better exposure, you get better frame rate and what have you if you record in 1080p versus forcing it up to 4K. And that's what I do for my content, and I think it looks better. I've tested these extensively. So right now, this is the AverMedia PW513 in 1080p 60 frames per second. You see how smooth that is? It's super, super smooth. It's as smooth as my mirrorless camera. Such smooth movement, great colors, etc. So the next genius tip I'm trying to tell you guys is just because you have a 4K camera doesn't mean you need to force recording in 4K, especially with a webcam. You can be running into some CPU bottleneck issues. You can be running into all sorts of concerns that can cause your camera to kind of stutter when you're on calls or stutter when you're in a recording or have some sort of encoding lag or some sort of issue like that. Why force your computer to do something that's not capable of when you can just record in 1080p and have it look freaking gorgeous? You know what I'm saying? Awesome. I love watching you too, K Pete. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Awesome. But wait, there's more. So when you're plugging in your camera into your computer, you really need to be thinking about, am I plugging it into the right type of jack? So this is the next genius tip for you guys. So when you're looking at your computer, you need to look up the specs on your computer and see when you're looking at those USB ports on the front of it or whatever. Like I've got 2 USB ports right here on the front of mine. You need to be thinking to yourself, is that a USB 2.0 jack or is that a USB 3.0 jack? Okay, so things like mixers and stream decks and mouse and keyboard and etc. devices like this can go into USB 2.0 jacks, no problem. Generally speaking, USB 2.0 jacks are like black colored. Often USB 3.0 jacks are going to be blue colored. This is not always true, but this is sometimes true. You want to be plugging in your webcam into a USB 3.0 jack. I see Christian saying this in chat right now. Yep, looks like Christian knows. You want to be plugging it into a blue port, blue port, blue port, blue port. If you do that, you will get a higher data transfer rate. That's right, Christian, in live chat. Thank you. Looks like you already know what you're talking about. You will get a higher data transfer rate, and you'll be able to unlock higher resolutions with your webcam, and you'll be able to unlock better frame rates and data transfer so you can get the full quality out of your webcam. That's what you want with your webcam, okay? Awesome. All right, really quick, before we move on to the next part, because we're only 3 genius tips into our list of 8 genius tips, okay? So I want all of you guys to consider attending my free coaching session that is happening tonight on GotMy. So I'm going to go ahead and put a link into live chat right now. I am coaching content creators for free tonight. No catch, no webinar, no sales, no garbage, just literally coaching creators for free. I normally charge $150 per hour. I currently have 27 of you guys coming tonight. It is literally free to sign up for coaching tonight. You can talk on a video call with me tonight. I can help you with your technical items, talk about social media strategy. We do this every single week. You shouldn't be prevented from having good advice and having good coaching because you don't have much money as a creator. Okay. So I want to make my coaching services available to as many of you as humanly possible. So I've got coaching going tonight for free. I've got coaching on March 18th for free. I've got coaching on March 25th for free. Everybody can sign up for this. Okay. You don't have to be one of my premium corporate clients that pays me $150 an hour. You guys, I'm making it available to you for free. This is not a sales pitch. This is not me a webinar. This is not me selling you anything. You literally register for free for the coaching tonight. We jump on a video call. We talk strategy. It's all creators in there. Okay. No marketing catch at all. Come sign up. I won't be selling you anything. Not selling you a course. I know people sign up for webinars all the time and they get sold to. Literally, it's free. That's it. Okay. Public service announcement over. Let's get into some more genius webcam tips. Okay. I just wanted to make that service available for you guys. It's criminal for you guys not to sign up for that because people pay me a lot of money for my advice because I've been doing this for a long time. I would like people that can't afford it to be able to have it available. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Hopefully I'll see a lot of you guys there. Great. So one other option in terms of webcams to drastically increase your quality is to consider turning your DSLR camera or your webcam or your mirrorless camera into a webcam. So what do I mean by that? Like this guy I have right in front of me. Right here, I've got my Panasonic Lumix G7 camera right here mounted inside of a ring light, as you can see. And that is the camera you're looking at me on right here, right now. And so this video is all about increasing your webcam quality. Well, the way to maximize webcam quality is by doing this. As you guys can see right now, this shot you're looking at me on right now. Do you see how natural I look? This is on a live stream. This is live. This is me using my Panasonic Lumix G7 mirrorless camera, and I'm running that through a cam link in order to get this level of quality. And it effectively turns my cam link essentially, or it turns my mirrorless camera into a webcam. So my mirrorless camera is on all day long. I have it on for 14 hours a day. This is the gear kit right here. I'll share it with you guys right now. And I'm basically turning my mirrorless camera into a DSLR camera or into a webcam that runs all day. So basically I've got the mirrorless camera here, the Panasonic Lumix G7. It's under $500. I've got it mounted to a ring light and I'm running that into a cam link. And the cam link, that's how you're looking at this video you're seeing right here in the corner on green screen. The cam link turns that DSLR camera into a webcam. So this is the way to achieve highest quality possible webcam. This is how people that are professional live streamers, Ninja, Dr. Disrespect, and all of that stuff, this is how they achieve the level of quality they're getting. This is how I'm achieving the level of quality I have right now. So if you guys have a GoPro, if you have a DSLR camera, if you want to purchase one, this one is extremely cost effective. It was recommended to me by Roberto Blake. He's a professional videographer and YouTuber here. And I recommend this one to all my clients. I've set it up about 50 times for 50 different clients. If you want the highest quality possible webcam, this is the way to do it. Run a DSLR camera, run it through a cam link, and then take your webcam game essentially to the next freaking level. Using a setup just like this. Oops, the phone was right in the way. Just like that, right? You see the camera right in front of me. It's pointing right at me, filming me right now. You see that? It's doing this. The level of quality that is delivering is much higher quality than any webcam could ever dream of because it's a real camera with a real lens and real built-in processing. This is the future of webcams, in my opinion. This is what all the professionals are using. When you get mid-tier and late game, if you will, upper tier as a content creator, that's how it goes. And the question is, thank you, Frank in Spain, for your question in chat. How do you keep the power going on this over time? So here in the gear kit, check it out. The gear kit I just linked on Amazon. It'll also be in the description on the YouTube replay. There's a power supply in the gear kit right here. See the power supply right over here, this little guy? So it's a camera power supply. And so your DSLR or your mirrorless camera can run all day. It doesn't have to run on batteries. Because see this little dummy battery right here? You put that in your DSLR camera, your mirrorless camera, and it powers it up all day. I run mine 14 hours a day. I power it up at 8 a.m. and I turn it off at about 11 p.m. every day. Okay? So this is a next level webcam solution that could take you to the next level. It could help you utilize something that you already have to bump up your quality, etc. Okay? All right, awesome. But wait, there's more. Okay, so that was only half of the tips so far. I've got even more, guys. You know I'm always going to deliver as much value as humanly possible in all of these content. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more genius tips I want to share you guys to increase your webcam quality. Are you guys enjoying this? If so, share this stream, share this video with a creator, please do it. All right, so I'm going to show you another tip. For all of you guys that are out there on video conferencing calls, which is literally 100% of you, okay? Everybody out there on video conferencing calls, here is a tip that you need to do on every platform. Do not forget to do it every single time. No overheating on this particular camera. That's right, Franken. The camera that you're looking at right here, that you're looking at me through right now, no overheating on it, 14 hours a day. Now, there are some Sony cameras that I've seen other people use that overheat. The A7 series and the A600 can get really hot, but this Panasonic Lumix G7, I just run it all day. No overheating issues with this camera. It's mirrorless. It's not DSLR, okay? So when it comes to video conferencing software, you guys probably stuck on, excuse me, let me take a drink. There we go. So when it comes to video conferencing software, y'all are probably stuck on calls all day. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We all are though, okay? But you want to look as good as possible on these calls. So on every platform, whether it's GoToMeeting, whether it's Skype, whether it's Zoom, whether it's Slack video, whatever it is, you need to do this setting before you go into all of these platforms. So I'm just going to show you Zoom as an example, but every platform has an option where you can select some sort of high quality or HD. So I'm going to pull up this video menu section, and here in Zoom, the most common software, you need to turn off your original ratio for your camera, and you need to enable HD. This is going to triple your quality on your webcam whenever you're on conference calls. And then whatever the conference call software is, it's going to have a bunch of garbage filters that it's going to try to apply to you to make you look better. Look how much more terrible this will make me look. Look at my image right here. Do you see what it did to my face? It turned me into like a soap opera. It turned my face into like freaking Play-Doh. When you turn all these filters on, it looks like hot garbage. It like makes me look super fuzzy. But if you turn all the filters off, it gets crystal clear and it looks natural. So turn off all of the filters in any of these video conferencing softwares. They're not making you look better, and enable HD. That is a setting that you need to double check on everything from Skype to Zoom, etc. This will drastically increase your quality across the board and make you look more professional on video calls. But wait, there's more. So why don't I answer your questions? I'll answer your question, Nadia. Unfortunately, my camera doesn't give you a clean HDMI with the cam link. I'm sorry, it depends on what your camera is. So not every single camera will have a clean HDMI output to the cam link. So that's a great question. Thank you for bringing that up. So let me address this one for you. So a lot of people think that just because they got a cam link, that their camera should give them a clean signal out of it. And the answer is that's not necessarily true. And also just because you have a quote unquote high quality camera doesn't mean that you should get a clean signal out of it either. It needs to be a compatible camera with the cam link, and there's a bunch of settings inside of your camera you may need to adjust. For example, the Panasonic Lumix G7 requires that you set a bunch of settings inside of the camera to set your recording to 1080p and your HDMI output settings to 1080p, and do all of these custom settings inside of the camera to get the high quality signal out. And so I just want you to know that your camera may have some internal settings within it that you have not done yet, and or your camera may not be compatible with the cam link or fully compatible with the cam link, okay? Just letting you know, just being honest with you. That's why I recommend the G7, because the Panasonic Lumix G7, I have used it for close to 500 hours, and so I can vouch for the fact that it works properly, okay? You got it. Thank you. I am looking fresh, Squad Track. You're looking fresh too, buddy. Thank you for the comments in live chat. Great. Next tip. Purchase affordable lighting. So a lot of people out there will buy like, Elgato key lights. Don't get me wrong. Elgato key lights are gangster. I love Elgato key lights. They look great, but they're $200 each. They're very, very expensive lights. I recommend for people that are using webcams to do more affordable lighting solutions. So the lights that I like to use, and I'll show them on the screen here in just a moment, but the lights I like to use are these lights right here, and they're the newer LED 2-packs. They're on my Amazon page. Just go check out my Amazon page and you'll see them. But I've got them here in my studio, and the pack of these costs less than $200. So why does that matter? It matters because you can set up 2 of these bad boys right here. One, and see the diffuser on it? And you see how tall it is? It's up to 60 inches tall. And you can set them down low if you want to for backlighting, if you're down low, depending on where you're sitting. And these little LED lights with these diffusers on them can make a massive impact in how high quality your webcam looks. Now, I used to recommend a ring light, like this ring light, to everybody, all of my clients, but too many of my clients have glasses. And having that ring right in front of your face when you have glasses on will cause a reflection to happen in your glasses. So what is better is to have lights like this that are at a 45-degree angle out in front of you when you're in your studio, so they can effectively light your face by cross-shooting on you without blinding you along the way. And so these LED lights on stands are my favorite option as an entry-level method. I can tell you that just as an entry-level purchase, if you have any webcam at all and you add 2 of these LED lights, these newer LED lights to the mix, you are going to increase your quality with any webcam at all drastically instantly. So these are the LED lights right here. So this is something where a lot of people, I've been focusing on the software, I've been focusing on the hardware and everything in this video. But at the end of the day, one of the biggest impact things, if not the biggest impact thing you can make on your quality, is just to get a pair of freaking lights and to effectively light yourself. In this space, I have 2 of those LEDs up there, and they're cross-shooting on me, and an X right behind me, cross-shooting my face and giving me this really, really well-lit, almost TV studio lighting style lighting in my studio. And that's how I'm able to have this near perfect green screen that you guys see right here. Like I show this all the time. My camera's not that expensive. My lighting is not that expensive, but I have a near perfect chroma key. You can't see the green between my fingers. I have a near perfect chroma key. You see me moving my hands, it's near perfect. And that lighting that I just talked about a moment ago makes all the difference and makes the impact for me to be able to bring this level of quality to the table. Purchase affordable lighting, then you can upgrade to super high-end lighting later on, okay? Awesome. All right, here's the next one, and it's mounting your cameras properly so you can get your cameras into the perfect position. Okay, so this is something that can make a huge difference. A lot of people just kind of settle on wherever the camera lands, it lands. And life doesn't have to be like that, okay? So right now, my cameras, just for the sake of this demo, I've got them on top of my monitors, as you can see here. So the AverMedia PW513 is on top of my monitor right here. But what if I didn't want it at that height? What if I wanted it higher? What if I wanted it lower? What if I wanted it to the side of my monitor? I shouldn't be restricted to having it on top of my monitor. The same thing with the Logitech Brio. This one's sitting on top of my monitor, but what if I wanted it higher, lower, to the side, underneath, maybe a keyboard shot while I'm playing games, whatever it may be, right? There's got to be a solution for this, and there's an extremely cost-effective solution right here on the screen, and it's called a Gooseneck Mount for webcams. The Gooseneck Mount allows you, with a little metal pole, to put the camera on the end of it and clamp it to your desk and then move the camera wherever you want it to go to get it in just the perfect position so you can get the most flattering possible shot for your camera. So I'm going to go ahead and link this to you guys. This is in my best USB webcams kit here on Amazon. I'll link it in chat. It'll be below in the description on the replay. But this little mount, you clamp it to your desk, you put the camera on it, and then you can move it into the perfect position. Don't settle with the top of your monitor if the top of your monitor isn't the right spot. Also, if you're shaking your desk around a lot, for example, when you're playing games or you're typing and it's rumbling, you don't want your camera to be shaken around. So if you put it on this mount, it can help reduce the amount of camera shake of you using your camera on a regular basis. Make sense? Cool. I've got one super power tip to hit you guys with here at the end of the episode. But first, before I do that, I want to thank our sponsor for today. Our sponsor is Restream. So thank you to Restream for sponsoring the show and for making it possible from a financial perspective. I am currently, you like the Gooseneck idea? That's awesome. You need some Red Bull? Oh man, I sure do need some Red Bull. Thank you. I need all kinds of caffeine right now. But Restream sponsors this show, and I am currently streaming right now on, let's see what platforms I'm on here. It's right behind me. I'm on Facebook, Twitch, DLive, Trovo, YouTube, and Periscope at the same time, reaching multiple audiences all at once. And if you guys want to grow as fast as possible as a content creator, I very highly recommend using Restream. Restream is something I've used for ages. It helps you grow faster. It helps you discover which platforms your content's going to take off on faster. Why just go one platform at a time when you could do all of them at the same time? Stream everywhere and take full advantage of the power of distribution as a content creator. Don't go exclusive on any one platform as a creator unless they pay you, what's the word? Cash. If they're not paying you cash, don't go exclusive. That's just how it is, okay? Restream lets you go everywhere and have the power in your hands to go live on every platform, sending one signal to their servers, which distributes it everywhere. I love Restream. They're an amazing sponsor. I use them every single day, and I recommend them to my corporate clients and my content creator clients alike. Cool. Here's your final power tip for the episode. And this one's interesting. I think it's interesting. And you've been watching me do it throughout the entire episode. And it is using this as a webcam. This as a webcam. So a lot of people, and I'll switch to it right now, a lot of folks use things like Epoch Cam or ScreenLink or other softwares to capture their mobile phone footage and use that on their stream. I find all of those softwares to be laggy and unreliable. I also find NDI to be laggy and unreliable. And I find the quality to be higher when you use the capture method that I'm using right now. Here I am. Whoa, there's the side of my head. Whoa. Do you see the quality though? Do you see how detailed the quality is? This is just me hooking up my Samsung S20, I think this is, phone through this mobile capture kit. Hey there, how's it going? Through this mobile capture kit to bring you this level of quality. And this is something I want you guys to be thinking about. If you already have a phone or a modern phone, then why aren't you using your phone as a webcam? And I don't recommend doing software-based solutions. I recommend doing hardware-based solutions. So what do I mean by that? So as you can see, I have this camera attached to this cable right here. And this cable is running into a capture card. And this cable is also powering up the camera at the same time. This can work for iOS and this can work for Android. Do you want me to show you the gear kit? Let me just show you the gear kit so you can understand. The quality is through the roof, as you can see. It looks so amazing, right? Let me just show you what I mean. Check this out. So I'm just going to pull up the kit right now. I'm going to pull up my idea list on Amazon, and y'all are going to be like, whoa. All right, check this out. So all you have to do to turn your phone into, and I'll disappear for a moment, to turn your phone into a capture device is you just have to have a capture card. And then you have to have an adapter that either plugs into iOS or plugs into your Android device. And that's it. And then you can just run your video out of that into a capture card. It's that simple. And so you're bringing your mobile phone footage into your capture card. And then it turns your mobile phone into an impeccable device that you can capture video on, which I freaking love. So I'm going to go ahead and link you guys my mobile capture kit. Yeah, you've tried a lot of software, says Christian, and they all have lag. Yeah, I know they have lag. I know, I've tested them, but this solution does not have lag. Look, I mean, it's real time right here. It's not lag. I mean, maybe there's like a tiny bit of latency, but do you see how tight that is? It's pretty darn tight. Like there's not much lag at all with this capture device. It's as laggy as a capture card would be. You know what I mean? And a capture card generally has a 1/4 second of lag, as you can see. Like you guys see on the one camera, my finger's moving, and then on the other camera, my finger's moving. It's nearly real time, isn't it? Sick, right? Capture card allows you to capture the footage on your phone in near real time. And I just linked you guys the Amazon shop kit idea list of the power cables and adapters that you would need to capture that. So are there software-based solutions that can have you capture your phone effectively? Sure, there are. I've never seen one though. And I've tested a lot of them. I've never seen a software-based solution that works consistently. And I've got a gangster internet router. I've got all of the best equipment, I guess you could say, that I would need to do it. And they're all kind of laggy and they're all kind of garbage. So doing a hardwired connection from your phone and then using that as your webcam could drastically increase your quality. Okay. So that was 8 genius tips for you guys to increase your webcam quality. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's review really quick what they were. You want to get a Logitech or AverMedia webcam. You want to try recording in 1080p 60 FPS instead of 4K, all right? You want to plug that thing into a USB 3.0 jack. You want to consider a cam link to get your mirrorless camera in the game. You want to enable HD on all of your video conferencing software and turn off filters. You want to purchase affordable lighting for your space to increase your quality. You want to get a mount for your camera so you can get the camera off of the top of your monitor. And the last item, of course, was considering using your phone as a webcam via a capture card to maximize that quality. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this. I tried to save time and just pack as much as I could into the shortest possible period of time. And if you enjoy my content at all, please share it with another creator, another friend, and help me get the word out there. Thank you so much for watching. Happy webcam shopping. And I'll see you in the next one. Adios, creators.